5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we'll start. What we do need for today's practice, definitely have water to hydrate yourself or tea because it's early in the morning and we don't want to run the risk of dehydrating ourselves. The second thing that you will need for today is, and I'm just realizing I might have to unplug the nifty clock they gave me to keep my time. Two would be preferable, you know, just to keep it real with you guys. And I know that we don't have access to 2 blocks. So 2 phone books, a block and a phone book, shoebox. Shoebox is one of the best things, or any swell bottle. We'll also do the same thing, simply because we have balancing poses for this week's pranic flow, which, as those of you that have been joining me since the beginning of middle of January, you know that every week falls on a theme. So as you can see, the weather is changing, the sun is staying out longer. We want to have more of a pranic flow during the course of the day to sustain us, right? And with that, I'm getting all the fingers from the control room, which means that I can start. And again, I'm not wearing a body mic, so there's this giant boom arm thing going on in this room. And equally funny, if I jump too high, I can actually hit, well, ceilings are 10 feet tall, so I can't actually hit myself. But here we go. All right. So taking a nice, long, slow, deep breath in as I just organize the last little bit of every possible thing I need to see. Taking a long, slow, deep breath in. I want you to find yourself on your mat in Tadasana. If you're joining me with the playlist, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you hit play. First song is by, I like to call him my little brother. Well, he's younger than me and he's shorter than me. So, Soul Rising. So coming into Tadasana at the top of your mat, I'm just going to organize my blocks. On the floor. Okay, I got one. Let's see here. I have a really unique mat set up because I do. And if you do have 2 mats, honestly, giving yourself extra width really does help out a lot. And I have my mat horizontally for those of you that are going to follow along and want to see what my body does around. So stepping to the top of your mat, you're probably already there. Feet together apart, not wider than hip distance. Let's lift the toes, roll the shoulders back, bring the pubic bone towards the nose. Exhale, bring the toes down towards the floor, turn the palms out. Tadasana, mountain pose. We're not locking the knees here. Pour ceux qui me rejoignent ici à Montréal, ici à Québec, I'm going to do franglais as usual. Might be a bit more English because international community. Still a lot of love for my peeps here, so we'll keep it franglais. And as you find yourself in Tadasana, or you start to feel yourself through Tadasana, eyes closed, palms spread out, fingers spread wide. We talked last week about mudras and what happens when we close the fingers and when we open them. Becoming more and more aware of the breath. Long, slow, deep breath in. Open your mouth to exhale. Bring the hands, turn the hands towards the thighs, bring the hands to the body. Keeping pubic bone towards the nose, which means scooping the tailbone under. Place hands on the hips. Inhale, lift the left leg. Keep the knee in line with hip. As you can see, my knee is in line with my hip. Find your balance here. Let the ankle wobble a little bit on the leg. Find your drishti point. I'm just looking at the red and green lights on the camera. incline, when I feel like, for me in my body, that I'm holding this shape steady as I let myself wave through it, I take that deep inhale and I want to open from the trochanter. So I'm going to open the femur. Knee stays where it is, and I'm going to place my foot on my calf for this morning. Raise the arms up. Vikrasana tree pose. Woo-hoo. And you can see, even for me, I looped out of it. But keeping your drishti, your focal point, where it is, you can follow the pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to the waist. Inhale, draw the leg forward and replace the foot next to the right. Take a step or two here. For those of you that are joining me on, can I see where you guys are? For those of you joining me from West Point military base, yes, yes, I can see. I want you to relax the body a bit. So when we bring the leg back in place, we try not to slam it down, right? We're calmly doing what we need to do. Inhale, gather hands to the waist, lift right knee. You can start with the toe if you've been jogging, or if you're here in Quebec dealing with a lot of weather and extreme cold. We're kind of rickety today. When we have extreme dry cold, it's kind of a Vata, that kind of is Vata-esque weather outside. I lifted the foot, as you can see it. Going, so you concentrate, or you're looking at my body as I'm talking, I'm looking right at you. I let my ankle wobble a little bit. I relax into the feeling. And on a Monday, our balance isn't always a great. Deep breath in, open leg, exhale, place foot on calf, ankle, calf, or inner thigh. I'm actually putting my foot on the floor. Because it's not about endpoint yoga. Remember, keeping the tailbone scoop forward, which means the pubic bone always coming towards the nose. That means the hips are opening, spine is long. Starting our practice by building steady pranic flow, grounded pranic energy. And so you're breathing in from the 5 layers of the skin into the most solid part of you. Let's take a deep inhale. And we're not doing the hip thing, eh, guys? We've got to keep the hip nice and square. I should put my shirt in. Show you what my square hips are doing. Deep breath in here. Open your mouth, exhale. Release the foot from the thigh or ankle. Bring the front. Inhale, get long. Exhale, place the foot back in its place. Inhale, let's open out to Tadasana. Exhale through the mouth. Ha. Deep breath in as we're going to do classical Surya Namaskara, right? So classical is not A or B, it's classic. So here we go. Do you guys want me to keep my shirt in my pants? No, does it really matter? No, if I'm doing something else, I will. So I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to exhale the asana. I'll take a deep breath in. Inhale, I'm going to raise the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, I lift my heart towards the horizon. Ardha Uttanasana. And on my exhale, I'm going to step my right foot back, right knee down. I'll inhale, moving my hips forward while lifting my hands, fingers stay together. And I'm going to exhale, bring my hands down towards the floor. I'll inhale, lift my right knee. Exhale, step it back to plank. Inhale, scoop the tailbone under. Exhale, knees, chin, and chest. Ashtanga Pranayama. Point the toes. I want to inhale into locust. Here now, here's what's going to change. I'm going to exhale up into tabletop. Bend the toes. Continue my exhale to down dog. Inhale, stepping my right foot forward, left knee down. Pelvis comes forward, fingers together. I bend my back toes this time. And on my exhale, bring my hands down towards the floor. Here's where it differs. I'm going to inhale, lift the left knee, step forward, Ardha. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, I'm going to root to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And I'll exhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. We'll do that again. Let's inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. We're going to exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine into Ardha Uttanasana. On your exhale, right foot steps back as you're exhaling. Right knee comes down towards the floor. Pubic bone scoops towards the nose as you inhale, raising the arms. Keep the fingers closed. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Inhale, raise the right knee. Exhale, step back to plank. Scoop the pubic bone forward, knees, chin, and chest on the exhale. Start your exhale, lift up, tabletop, bend over the toes, exhale, exhale, exhale. Down dog. Inhale, step foot forward, left knee down. Ça va avancer, vous levez deux bras, fingers together. We exhale, bring our hands down towards the floor. Inhale, lift your knee. Still inhaling, left foot next to right spine gets long. Now we exhale, hinging from the hips. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti equals standing pose. So Samastiti equals standing pose, Anjali Mudra, right? Tadasana equals standing pose, palms turned out. They're interchangeable. Which one is which? Tadasana, this one, Samastiti. Simple, simple. From our mountain pose, we'll take 3 breaths here. Now again, because sometimes people read vinyasa, I get DMs like, it wasn't that fast. Vinyasa nowhere means fucking speed, right? It actually means organizing breath with body. Your vinyasa is actually your chaturanga, up, down, down, dog. So for those of us that like to go on about vinyasa, it doesn't, nowhere does it say fast. It does say integrating breath with movement all the time. So last moment of embodiment here. 2 more breaths. And yeah, I'm audibly exhaling because moving towards the new moon this week in Aquarius. I want to make sure I go into it grounded instead of all airy-fairy everywhere, right? Classical Syrian mascara, moving into the flow. Let's take a deep breath in. Urdhva Hastasana. I'm going to stay forward for you guys. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. I'm going to inhale, come up halfway to Ardha Uttanasana. We want to do this. Right, I'm going to exhale and step my right foot back. Right knee towards the floor. Bring my pubic bone forward by scooping my tail behind. Inhale, fingers stay together. Right, I want to exhale here, bring my hands down towards the floor. Inhale, I'm going to lift my right knee. Exhale, a step back to plank pose. Now from my plank pose, you'll see me scoop my pubic bone towards my nose. I'm going to exhale, knees, chin, and chest. Pointing the toes, I want to inhale to my cobra or locust. Starting my exhale, here I am, table. Bending over the toes, exhale, 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 exhale. Down dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left knee down. Here we are, moving through the flow, Anjaneyasana. Hands down, inhale, raise the knee. Exhale, oh no, inhale, raise the knee. Step forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Equal standing pose. On the next inhale, tips the fingers touch the floor. Surya Namaskar B. We raise the arms. Utkatasana. Wonderful. Keep the knees bent. Exhale, Uttanasana. Fingers touch the floor. Lengthen the legs. Ardha. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. I'm going to go profile, jump back to plank pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, knees, chin, and chest. Inhale here. We're moving into up dog. Bear in mind, in up dog, only hands, tops of the feet are on the floor. Exhale, back down dog. We're going to start with lifting the leg up and back. Because we live in Quebec and we're often in snow pants and heavy boots, I want us to inhale, extend the right leg up and back. Keep the pelvis pointing towards the floor. Here on the exhale, I want you to turn. So you're going to pivot, open the pelvis towards your wall. Right? And now on your exhale, I want
going to pivot back again. There's a reason for this. Inhale, now step, right foot to right thumb, left heel comes down, nice bend in the right leg, inhale up into your warrior two. Yeah, you guys are like, oh, she said Surya Namaskar B and now she's doing warrior two. I decided to change my mind. I'm allowed to do that. That's why you're trying to me. Inhale, heart Vrajasana, reversing all the way back. So inhale, I'm reaching back. Now my exhale, transition Trikonasana. Transitioning right over Trikonasana. So here's where you use a block if you need to. Pay attention to the front knee. We talked about last week. Yarsail knee, reste molle knee. Hip open, back hip always opening. Try to get more here. Front hip, moving back, back hip opening. Trikonasana. Deep breath in. Wonderful. Exhale. We're going to inhale, bend the knee back to warrior two. Right. Exhale, hands come down towards the floor. Pivot on that toe. Bring the left knee down. Scoop the pubic bone forward, tailbone under, Anjaneyasana. Holy shit, you didn't see that happening, did you? Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Yeah, she didn't see that one happening either. Yeah, that's why I do things. I'll call things out for the keeners in the room. They start doing their thing, then I'm like, hey, snap out of it, right? Aha. Let's inhale, bring the foot back down, Anjaneyasana. On the exhale, bring our hands down. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, step back to plank. Deep breath in. Do the scooping action. Very important. Knees, chin, and chest or chaturanga. Right? Inhale, all lift you up top. Lift your heart. Right? And here in your down dog, you want to take 3 breaths. Organizing what happened. Just stepping to the front of the screen. Not because I think you're doing anything wrong, but for those of you that have two-way cameras or are joining me from all over, I can see you. So I want to make sure everything's okay. Oh, hey, I think I see my favorite Anne-Marie in the house. I didn't see her before. Yes, queen. Seeing her, yeah. Oh, there she is. Oh, yeah. Love that girl. Love that girl. All right. Let's get back to being serious here, folks. Take a deep breath in. We're going to lift the left leg, right? And on our exhale, remember, we're opening. Give yourself that pivot. Be very aware that your right foot, the grounded foot, stays straight, right? Opening through the hip. Keep the big toe and the pinky toe separated. Okay, now on the exhale, I want you to turn le bassin vers la terre. Expirez, amène le pied des pouces. Et on descend les talons en arrière. Sauf qu'avec un grand inspiré, on sait que c'est my dos. I know you're looking at my back, but we have our warrior two. Okay, I'll turn around. Right, we have our warrior two. Right? Deep breath in. Reverse your warrior. Reaching back. Remember, nice bend in the knee here. What happens when we bend this knee? We feel it right across. And we can actually feel it open here. Right? Inhale. And now we're going to exhale, softening to Trikonasana. Softening all the way. Full palm to the floor, right? Or fingertips or hand on the block. Again, leg on the outside, hip moving weight opening. Leg on the inside, scooping under to get the length here. Keep this nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knee, and as you inhale, warrior two. Right? Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Pivot on that back knee, back foot. Laissez le genou vers la terre. Encore, vous avancez le bassin et vous levez le bras. Anjaneyasana. And then exhale here. Ardha Hanumanasana. Pour ceux qui sont avec moi la semaine passée, remember we talked about lengthen the spine versus essayer d'amener notre front vers le genou. You could probably get your forehead to the knee, but is the spine long and giving your torso space, right? And ensuite, les pieds en avant, Puis lève les deux bras, on se retourne, complétez les moves. Expirez, main vers le tapis. Inspirez, vous lèvez les genoux. Expirez dans les planches. Inspirez, d'amène les pieds sur les mains. And we exhale, chaturanga if you want. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back down dog. For 1, 3, 4, and 5. Now, on this inhale, I want you to tiptoe. Keep inhaling. Feet towards hands. Lift heart towards the horizon. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Inhale. Utkatasana. And let's exhale. Tadasana, mountain pose. Quand vous êtes dans les positions de montagne, on se peut fermer les yeux et tu places les mains et doigts dans quelque part dans votre corps qui veut the body connect to, breathe into, send prana to, heal with. I'm sorry, you're awesome. So I would usually like, it really depends on how I feel. I always go for my heart, right? Because that's where I wash everything in my heart, right? Sometimes right here, Swadhisthana, and you can make the mudra right here. For those of you that know what this mudra is, you know what it is. Right? Mudra right here. Right? Deep breaths. Lengthen your spine. Scoop tailbone forward. On the exhale, open palms out, back to Tadasana. Eyes closed, moment of embodiment. Here I'm going to move to the top of the screen just to check out all you folks joining me from home. Breath is nice and even, slow and steady. Check my timer. Check my timer, check my journal notes, check my dog. I have a whole slew of things happening out of camera range. It's actually kind of funny. For those of you that have been joining me for weeks, you can always tell like my mat ends at the top and then you don't see this whole range of like dog, Lego, coffee, cereal, yoga block, G.I. Joe. For those of you that are mommies, parents, right, you know the scene. We try and move the shit that we don't want people to see out of the way, so that when we are on Zoom, it looks like our place is fucking IKEA. No one lives that way. And if you do live that way, power to you. I can't do that. Not that I can't. I remember a teacher saying, let's eliminate can't out of our vocabulary. It's something I will not do. Okay? But if you can do it, I love you. Thinking about you. All right. Moving into sequence 2 of Radiant Vinyasa. So we've got the prana at a steady point. It's 9:45. So the prana's kind of riding. We're feeling kind of pretty good about things. Now I want to keep that pranic energy moving consistently throughout the day so we don't drop into a dip, right? And so this is where we're going to start getting some twisting parts and wide-legged standing, right? So again, here we are, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Let's inhale, Utkatasana. Right? Nice. We're going to exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. I'm going to turn to the side. Inhale, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine. On your exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Walk, step, or jump back to plank pose. We're going to involve the chaturangas now, unless you've been regularly doing chaturanga. I'm here to bust it out and tell you that chaturanga is actually an advanced pose. And if you've been struggling with chaturanga forever and a day, knees, chin, and chest. Ashtanga pranayama, right? So right here, chaturanga or knees, chin, and chest. Inhale for your up dog. Exhale back for your down dog. Same. We're going to take a deep breath in. I want you to lift the right leg off the floor. On the exhale, I want you to pivot. Got to find that right word. Open. Or I want you to rotate the pelvis about
about 90 degrees. Keep that right foot flexed, pelvis open. You could be looking underneath your right armpit right now or at your right wrist. On your exhale, I want you to turn the pelvis towards the floor. Bring the knee to the chest. Step right foot into your right thumb. Left heel comes down. We inhale, here we go. Warrior two, right? Loving fan favorite. And you'll often notice in my warrior two, I'll actually bring my hands down and open through my legs to really feel the groin muscle moving here. I have, as a very tall person, ex-athlete and runner, we always have very tight groin muscles. And I want to really work on keeping those open because it does involve the back, like your glutes, right? Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. I'm going to give you an anatomy lesson here, right? And from here, I'm going to exhale, Trikonasana. So for right now, everything looks the same, right? Exhale to Trikonasana. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale. On my exhale, I'm going to bend this knee, place my hand on the floor, bring my arm over the head. Udita Parsvanasana. I want to inhale here. On my exhale, I'm going to release. Turn my chest towards the floor. Also pivot to the pied en arrière. I'm stepping forward, right, to Garudasana with the left leg over the right leg. So I'm going to step forward. Find myself. Left leg over right leg. Left arm underneath. Left arm over right arm. Garudasana. Now we often come into our Garudasana. See my butt here? This little twerky action? Like full twerkasana. Full twerkasana, right? I would like you to experiment with taking a deep breath in, scooping the tailbone under, which means bringing the pubic bone forward, and oh shit. Right. Twerkasana to Garudasana. Garudasana is all about the line. Right? The length in the spine. Openness in the chest. Fusing both sides of the body together. Inhale here. On the exhale, we're exhaling into warrior three. I'm on fire here, folks. All right. Breath in. Lengthen at all 4 points. Breath out. On descend les plantes des pieds sur le tapis. Asta Chandrasana. Deep breath in. Sur un expire, on descend les mains de tapis. Check it out here, folks. Regarde ça. Look at this transition. On se marche les mains entre les deux jambes. Pieds sur la ouverte. Prasarita. On se place les mains sur les tailles. We're going to take a deep breath in. When we exhale, on essaie de plier en avant par les creux des hanches. Vous gardez les colonnes allongées et puis regarde, les coudes sont faire ça. Right? We want it to do that. We want to keep the spine long. And quand les coudes se rentrent, like this happens. See this turkey pop thing? No turkey pop thing, okay? Right here. Length, folks, length. And now we exhale with length. And you know what? My length is saying that ça c'est mon limite. Si je veux garder mes coudes qui rentrent like proche, I want to keep my spine nice and long. If I open my elbows out, yeah, for sure. But what I do not want to experience this morning is my bendy spine, my broad line. Do it like this. This is saying that I do not, like, I look good. I look like, oh, I'm really giving it my all. I don't feel good. I feel like I'm forcing this situation. I don't like to force it, right? So I want to go for length, right? Deep breath in. Sur un expire, je descends les mains. I'm going to turn to the side. Je descends mes mains vers le tapis. Check it out. What am I doing? On se marche la main vers les gauche. Pour ceux qui soient dans les cadres de Ashtanga Yoga, c'est qu'est-ce que c'est? All I did was a transition. I flipped. Other side, warrior two. Right? I'm going to exhale. Reverse this warrior. Alors, j'inspire ici. Avec un expiré. Allonge les jambes. Trikonasana. Honestly, I've got some favorite asanas, mostly standing and balancing. This is honestly one of my favorite ones.
Such an advanced pose. Inhaling here, and I exhale to allow for the bend in the knee. My right arm over my ear, and I can even look over at my middle finger as my drishti point. Now we know the transition here. Inhale. I'm going to exhale, bring my hands towards the floor. Pivot, because I know I want to come into Garudasana. Left side. Right leg over. We take our time, find stillness. Here we go, right arm. Alright, see what mudras do? I don't teach a class on mudras, I teach it in my YTT. I teach my YTT students all about mudras. Well, not at the beginning. Can't give secrets at the beginning. Secrets only come in the middle once we've trimmed the fat or figured out, do we want to be yoga teachers or do we desire to be yoga teachers? Deep breath in. Exhale, we release. And how you release is how you get into the next asana, how you feel your way through it is really where it's at. You saw that, right? I felt my way right through it. And then when you see that you're comfortable, your body will do things. When you are comfortable, when comfort reigns queen in your life, and you're transitioning from these big fucking poses, and all of a sudden your body's just like, hey, don't do any talking. You know, don't talk to me. I know what I'm doing. Trust I know what I'm doing. We tend to separate consciousness and our mind from our body. They work at the same time. It's not top down, together. So from your warrior 3, right folks? Here on our warrior 3, deep breath in. Exhale. Quand le pied, ça va descendre sur la terre en arrière. Ashta Chandrasana. One of my fans, I love this pose, right? Because you look so awesome in this pose. Don't forget, we're not twerking, okay guys? Like we want to have the scooping here. So when we inhale, we lift, right? We can feel the prana ricocheting, cycling, circling through our body. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, step out to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees, chin, and chest. Inhale from top. Exhale back for your down dog. Alors, plank en souffle, on va take a deep breath in here. Avec une expirée, vous descendez les genoux vers la terre, knees towards the floor. Grand orteil, ça va toucher au nord. Tu peux ouvrir les genoux. Gardez le bras en avant, vous descendez les coccyx vers les talons. Descendez les dos, ça va rond. And we come into wide-legged child's pose. Wide-legged child's pose. Now, why did we do that? We did that because if you can feel your heart, right, just through warrior 2, reverse warrior, trikonasana, right, to Utthita Parsvakonasana, Garudasana, Virajasana 3, right? 6 feelings, 6 unique expressions of the body, right? Unique expressions of the body, the mind, the heart, the emotions. And then what you're encountering as you're going through it, you might feel like, I don't know if my energy's all the way up, but your energy has like grounded itself and foundationally found its way to vibrate higher. We've created a secure foundation for your unique vibration to ripple out into the world at the highest possible frequency it can. And that doesn't mean leaving our shalas, our practices like that. It's a cyclical feeling. It's a cycling of air and energy. And if you really think I'm shit talking here, take your hands, place it right above your belly button, underneath your breastplate, where your Manipura chakra would be. And for those of you who are like, fucking hairy furry, you are. And if you want to argue science, well, I don't know what to say after that, right? So here from our child's pose, I want you to take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. Avec cette inspirée, tu peux allonger tout votre corps sur le tapis so that you're now lying on your belly. We're coming to 3 versions of Savasana or locust, right? So we're coming from wide-legged child's pose, fully feeling our grounded energy. En allant s'inspirer, we can inhale
to inhale into my back body. Lift, like move the air through my thoracic spine, aka my brow line. Lift myself up, mes genoux parallèles, and I bring myself down to the floor. But I'm all about sensation. I like to feel every fucking thing in my practice, right? So I like to really feel the magnificence of this organic machine that I'm in, right? Basically along the lines. I'm lying on the floor, my arms are like this. Right? Same, la même action, ça va appliquer ici, right? So you might be doing twerking, right? I want you to. So this is what you look like in your shoulders roll back and down. Sentez la puissance, you'll feel the power right here, right? So we scoop forward, shoulders move back and down. On se prend une grande chose et deep breath in. Here we are, Salabhasana A, Locust A. On se presse les mains sur le tapis. Your toes can lift up off the floor. Ici, c'est de mettre le bassin. C'est vraiment le bassin qui va garder. I'm flexing my feet because I'm getting a toe cramp, right? And also I'm talking. Right? So exhale here, on descend. On se met les mains juste à côté des seins. On se pousse les genoux sur le tapis. Lift up into table. Back and down. On se range les colonnes. Là, vous inspirez, tu peux descendre les genoux vers la terre, avance les poitrines, vous redescendez. Là, on se garde les mains juste à côté de côté. See, my elbows are bent. I'm actually going to cheat and look in the camera. There we go. See, I move my arms back to get that 90-degree angle. That's what we want to have. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but we're moving from habitual movement to conscious movement. Right? Deep breath in. Alors, sur l'exhale, je détente. Grand souffle, inspirez. Avec cette inspire, on se pousse les mains sur le tapis. And I'm lifting my chest. Encore avec les bassins. And I've totally engaged and utilized mes fessiers. Super important. Right? When we're here, exhale. Alors, je passe les genoux sur le tapis. Inhale, table, exhale. Change that vers en bas. Inhale. For those of you joining on the playlist right now, it's Seal. For those of you that know me so well, and I know it's a lot of you because you practice me all the time, you know how much I love fucking Seal. Right? Hey, Anne-Marie, avancez. Anne-Marie, avancez un planche. Thank you. Salabhasana. See, now, for those of you guys that don't know, Anne-Marie is one of my YT students. This girl's fucking hardcore, man. Oh my god. Gym teacher, super awesome. Mom, her kids got the best. Like, my kids got really fun hair. Her kids got like he's gonna be like a rock star, big roll-esque kid. I never call out people, but when I see students of mine and then my YTT students of mine, like, taking their time out to join me for a class, I'm like, let's call you in on the virtual flex. Anne-Marie, she's badass, man. Badass, it's fine. Okay, so I'll do that planche. Come down to my Anne-Marie, like, super moment. Point. So Salabhasana, see, has us have our arms. We did this as kids. No, have our arms in front. A lot of people are like, put my palms down. What the fuck do I do with my hands? On se tourne les mains, just like this. Not this. Close fingers. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, relax. Right, let's take it. Inhale. I'm inhaling, I'm lifting. Yes. Oh, Seal. Keeping the breath nice and long. Relax. Extending forward and back. Grounding through the middle. It's exactly what our practice did today. You're never going to survive unless you get a bit crazy. Exhale. Woo! Forehead to the floor. Amène mes mains à côté des côtés. Inhale, we lift up to plank. Exhale, back down. Oh. Wow, back bends, beginning of the day. Yeah. Let's take a nice long, slow, deep breath in. Open your mouth to exhale. Inhale, float the feet towards the hands, just s'asseoir. Crossing the feet.
Alors, vous sautez les pieds. Oui, c'est ça. Avec les genoux pliés. Here we are, we're sitting down. Wonderful. So you know what we're coming to in our practice right now. Closing sequence. I really enjoyed getting practically radiant with you guys this morning. You think the 10 o'clock class is my favorite class? Actually, it's not. I like the 9 o'clocks because then I like set the tone of my day. Because my day actually only starts at 11. I teach all morning and then start my day at 11. Now, today I want to cue Paschimottanasana. My internet just went a bit like fuck yeah. What I was saying is I want to cue Paschimottanasana with the bind. And what that means, folks, to demystify, is that we would take a deep breath in, and the bind is, a lot of people get very hooked on this. For the love of everything holy, I don't know why. That's a lie, I do know why. We like to look. We like to look. We see something and we're like, oh my God, that is the epitome of health, or bodies in excellent movement or motion. I do it. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you guys. I do it. I see shit online and I'm like, oh, you know, and then I'm like, wait a minute. The fuck are you always saying? You're always telling people yoga's a feeling, not a shape. And then you too also get caught up in wanting things to be shapes and not feelings. What happens in Paschimottanasana is we see this funky bind. We see somebody's hand wrap around their wrists, right? And then we see them do things like they inhale all the way, and Paschimottanasana is, I'm removing my bracelets because it hurts when you have things. As cute as you want to look in the yoga room, shit hurts. Paschimottanasana is basically Uttanasana, that forward fold we take standing, but we tend to forget that we're always folding par les creux des hanches. And for a lot of us, this can be a problem. So on se peut prendre comme un courbature, tu peux rouler comme un burrito, puis je juste amène comme quand ça lève les coccyx. So not, les ischions sont sur la terre, mais c'est le, like your skin and your tailbone are slightly lifted. Puis avec les bas, les bassins, ça fait un tipping en avant. A lot of us have retract, like our bassins tip back to protect, and we're looking to tip forward, right? So we take that deep breath in, avec un expiré. They grab their wrists, and you'll see me bend my legs, right? And there's this beautiful binded hold here. And it looks amazing. But for me, it doesn't feel amazing, because I'm forcing myself to lock in a place that doesn't feel right. Because I want to keep my spine long, créer des espaces pour mes torse, mes abdomens, my diaphragm, to breathe and expand when I exhale. It's the expiration qui donne le relâche, that gives me that release to fold just a bit more, right? So if you want to do the bind, practice with the legs bent, right? And if you get to here and you're like, c'est pas le feeling que je veux, man, leave it alone until it is the feeling you want to have. While you're getting there, you can just use a block underneath your feet. Look at that. Instead of grabbing and pulling, block here. Grand souffle, je l'inspire. So un expiré, tout le monde, ça commence plus en avant. Let's fold forward, 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 forward. Concentration, spine long. En avant, ça va être long. Ooh. Pieds sans flex, and flexing my feet. Deep breath in. Deep breaths out. Inhale here. And again, exhale, on se relâche, release. Usually we do Janu Shirshasana. On se plie les genoux, puis on place les pieds plus haut sur les cuisses. Right, today we do an inverse of that. So I'm going to turn forward, scooch myself all the way back here. So Janu Shirshasana, I'm on the right side, right? So I would have my genoux presque alignés avec mes hanches, pieds en dans mes cuisses, foot is flex, right? Janu Shirshasana. Today we're going to flip it for a different type of Janu Shirshasana. On se met les genoux proches de l'essaim, or close to the chest.
but I'm opening it the other way. Right? For those of us, Anne-Marie, she's a entraîneur, like physio entraîneur for forces, right? So you're probably aware of this changement, right? Now here, depending on what's happening with the groin muscles, your opening could be very wide. It could look like an L. It could look like a really, you need to be able to sit long and tall and not feel like a in between in the groin muscles, right? So here we'll take a nice long, slow, deep breath in. No, here comes Will, right? And on our exhale, we can either, I can either exhale, keeping my spine nice and long, to here, right? I can bring my head all the way down to the floor. But I know the moment I bring my head all the way down to the floor, for me, the energy comes in, and I'm forcing to bring myself down, because today I know from ice skating on my pond, my hamstrings are still very engaged, right? So I want to take my time. I'm going to bring my hands right out in front of me like this, and probably lift on the tips of my fingers. Both of my feet are flexed. This is not a les jambes sont molles, you know what I mean? It's all active, they're active, right? And here, my spine is on. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale the marche de main towards the chest, and slowly, with the help of the hands, draw the leg in from its open hero position et vous allongez les jambes. Right, l'autre côté, on split les genoux. Here we go, and on the exhale, it's as though I'm coming into Virasana, or Triad Mukanda Paschimottanasana, which is a type of forward fold that we can look at. Sounds crazy, not really. It kind of looks like this, but just with the leg drawn in. We'll take a deep breath in, feet are flexed. You can gather the arms up. I like to gather my arms up because direction for my prana, and I exhale. Knowing that I want to keep my spine long, this is the feeling I want to have today. I want to cheat though, I can kind of do this. I know everybody has a Zafu coil at their home, but if you do have staff, box on top, forearms down, right, with both feet flexed, the concentration here is really keeping the spine long, retracting the tailbone. So I'm actually pushing my tailbone back as I'm bringing my spine forward. So it's like an inhale, like an accordion, exhale. Same, inhale, think accordion, exhale. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Lance plank grand souffle, deep breath in, exhale, let's let go. Move my Zafu to the side. Deep breath in. We bring the leg forward, lovingly, kindly, gently. And on vous rassurez, you're actually on the floor right now. You're gonna reach out and grab a blanket if you need it. Put your socks back on. Take your glasses off. Si vous avez des coussins, if you have a cushion around you, I want us today to experience Shavasana with the head propped up. So, if I have you grabbing off the couch, you know, you want to lie down. Let the feet flop out, cover all the weight on us. Set us all up here. Not too fancy, but enough to ask for breath. If you have other cushions, you can actually put them underneath the arms. I'm a big fan of
having my arms resting on something. And I'll the two cushions, as you can see, put them on my legs. I'm all about just letting go. Letting the practice do its work in Shavasana. Taking a long, slow, deep breath in. And we open the mouth gently, letting it go. Slowly start to breathe your way back to your body. Finding your way towards your own pranic signature. Slowly and surely turn your body to the left side if you would like to energize your day around the energies of the moon, or the right side if you want to organize your day around the energies of the sun. Staying in your fetal position, position of creation. We take a deep breath in. We open our mouths to exhale. And keeping the eyes closed, ever so slowly, taking the hands and coming up into any seated position, or maybe you're not even ready to come out of anything, right? And that's totally fine. You can stay lying on the floor. No one actually said you have to sit up in order to close your practice. You have to sit up if you want to come out of Shavasana Samadhi, where the practice actually starts to work, and move into meditation, then yeah, you would want to sit up. But to close your practice, if you feel very comfortable on the floor, and that's where you feel that your comfort is queen right now, then by all means, please stay on the floor. And with that, I'm just checking the time. Everyone's like, are you on your phone? I'm like, actually, no, I have to check the time or like go over time, and then Erwin gesticulates at me. Right? So we'll take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. And with that, I want you to gather your hands to Anjali Mudra at the center of your chest. You place both hands on your heart. Right? And we'll take a nice, long, slow exhale here. Close the practice with the Om. First sound, last sound in the universe, the A-O-M. Right? Long, slow, deep breath in. Raise your hands to your lips. All things spoken shall be impeccable. Raise your hands to the point in between the eyebrows. Cleansing your ripple out to the world. And then let's exhale together, bringing ourselves bowing forward. Hands touching the earth. For grounding, witnessing, accepting, surrendering. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this morning on Radiant Vinyasa here from my home, the Teal Room Studio, via the Decathlon, the Decadium, and then out to everybody wherever you happen to be. So technically, I am everywhere and nowhere at once, which is something that I always say. I'm everywhere and nowhere at once. So thank you so much. I am Selena Isles, co-create Chicks of Legendary Yoga and Wellness. Selena Isles Yoga on Instagram and all the social things. See you here on Wednesday, 9:15, Radiant Vinyasa, 10:30, Hatha and Maintain. Those of you staying in for the 10:30 class, you get to come out of the KDM and come back in. You know how that goes. Those of you joining me from all over the place, come back in 15-20 minutes and we will get into some Hatha and maintenance. And shout out to Anne-Marie, my homegirl, now the homegirl for the world. Right, it's my girl right there. Woohoo! Shout out to her for coming out for our class today, and I will see you all everywhere and nowhere. Peace. Woohoo! We're done. Hey YouTubers,